In today's video, we are going to be looking at the tactics for Chelsea in their match coming against Fulham this weekend. Now, looking at the tactics, I do believe this is the best starting 11. I do think Cole Palmer will most likely miss this match due to injury. Now, a filming of this video, he may be fully fit, but that being said, I think the groin injury will see him till after the international break, which is probably when we're going to see him. So that being said, Esteval will definitely play in the 10 role. Again, I think he did a phenomenal job in our match against West Ham. João Pedro on the left side, Neto on the right, Liam Delap is our starting number 9. Fernandez, Caicedo in the midfield makes the most sense. And in our back four, I do think Reece James does come back into this match over Malo Gusto. I think he needs some rest in his last match against West Ham, but overall, he's going to make a huge improvement, and we will talk about why he's very important in this video. Now, that being said, looking at Fulham, I do think Silva does a phenomenal job with Fulham. The way they play, though, really is they do a mid-block in the midfield for the most part. So if I throw a few extra players in here, we typically see them playing in this area, and they definitely almost do a double line right in the midfield. And they do press up a little bit higher when they are defending. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different when they are attacking, but even when they are defending, typically what they want teams to do is push onto the outside. And this is where Reece James definitely comes in because, like I said, Fulham really do like to have players go onto the outside. So if they allow us to go to the outside, I do see Reece James playing up a little bit higher. Obviously, Cucurella we've seen throw it time and time again, pushing up into the midfield, if not overloading the midfield or being almost a second striker for us. And like I said, if we're able to do that, we can definitely see him push out wide and do some overlapping runs with João Pedro. But this is where it gets very important because with Fulham playing almost the mid block and almost having a high line, if I move all these players down just a little bit, what will typically happen for Fulham is there will be this massive pocket of space. We actually saw this in their last match against Manchester United. Multiple times, the ball was played over the top, whether it's from a defender. We obviously saw their goalkeeper almost get an assist to Cunha, but really over and over again, you can play the ball over the top on Fulham. Now, granted, they kind of want you to play this way because most of the time they're assuming they're going to win that race when the ball is played over the top. But if we are looking at our players that we do have, João Pedro and Neto are very, very fast players for us. They can easily do that for us, and then, like I said, they have the capability of being able to again overrun and sprint past some of these players. And if they're able to do that, like I said, this is going to give them plenty of space out on the wings. And with Liam Delap being our number 9, we can obviously play the ball into the box. He's more than capable of winning those headers and finding the back of the net. Now, the other thing that we also saw in the Fulham versus Manchester United match was also what their number 9 did when they played with Mason Mount. Now, he was more of a false 9, but really he did a lot of illegal play, and that's where I do believe Liam Delap will play a big role in this part because he is more than capable of being the guy that we can ping the ball to and play the ball off him. We can make the overlapping run. So if we play the ball to him, he can hold up a defender, and then we can see João Pedro making this overlapping run. He can come the inside. Same with Neto, can do the same thing, cut inside, but even Esteval, he literally can go in any direction and play off Liam Delap. This is going to be very difficult for Fulham to actually defend all 3 of these players. You could argue 4 players with Liam Delap because he really could even turn with the ball and then go right towards goal and obviously find the back of the net. But that being said, we do have multiple areas that we can break them down in the middle of the field for the most part, even though again they want to push us to the outside. But like I said, if they do push us out to the outside, this is where Reece James can really thrive in this match. Now, Reece James doesn't even have to pull all the way up into this area. He can sit back further, and we've already seen him do this time and time again, that he can play balls into the box from a deep roll. He can play it to the back post, where again João Pedro can run onto that. Cucurella can obviously be there. Even Liam Delap can make these runs in the back post. And like I said, he's more than capable of doing this. This again gives us another tactic way to break down Fulham. And lastly, but not least, is the fact that we can also beat them on corner kicks. This by itself, we've actually gotten a lot better at set pieces for the most part this season and even last season under Enzo Maresca. And like I said, we saw them struggle against Manchester United. We've seen them struggle time and time again, Fulham by themselves on set pieces. So like I said, if we can score on goals on the set piece, could see us scoring multiple goals in this match. Now, overall, defensively wise, we do really have to worry about some of their players. Obviously, Iwobi is one of those players that can really step up and be very creative. He obviously led to the assist in their game against Manchester United. They brought ESR later on as a sub. Silva really does have his tactic downs. He can be very flexible, which will be difficult for Chelsea in our tactics because obviously if we start moving and doing different things, Silva is also going to change Fulham and how they're going to do things. So really, it will be more of a tactical battle between Enzo Enzo Maresca and Silva when it comes to this match. But overall, I do think Chelsea are the better team here. We do obviously have some subs that we could bring in and actually rotate some of these players. Again, it's unfortunate that we will not see probably Cole Palmer in this match because this game is written all over for him to be a very vital person. But like I said, I think Esteval can be very important for this, whether he plays a full 90 or Jamie Gins comes out at some point and does work down the outside wing on this left side, like I said, where they really want you to play for the most part. But overall, Chelsea should be winning this one. I do expect us to probably give up a goal because, again, the creativity that Fulham do bring to the table is difficult to defend for a full 90 minutes, but I do think we win this game 3-1. So, if you enjoyed this video, I greatly appreciate if you do hit the like button, subscribe down below, and comment anything you think about this match with these tactics. I'm always more than happy to dive more into that. And but apparently, I guess YouTube has a hype button, so if you made this far, hype this video. I'm not sure exactly how to do it. I would greatly appreciate it, but I will see you in the next video.